Hello, and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We are continuing our playthrough here and ramping up for war. So, to that end, let's go ahead and we're going to sort these by name. We're going to make another attack fleet. I think that's kind of what we need to do now. We're going to make it from existing ships just to kind of fill them up a little bit, but then we'll go ahead and retrofit and kind of cap out uh, or top up our fleet. Attack fleet 02. Add that to the pile. Now, it's not perfect, but it is a step in the right direction. We are planning on invading over here first. I don't really want to put anybody here, but there is a defensive fleet over here, and they might come after this planet. So let's go ahead and set this as our home base. It can fly through the nebula. It's just slower. All right, let's go ahead and hit that button. All right, I think we're topped up on that fleet. So a lot of the stuff that was not in a fleet is now in a fleet. We still have our invasion fleets loading up on troops. Getting better. Hopefully we get a decent amount of progress soon. I really want more troops on my ships before I go after these guys, but I want to move relatively quick just because it's taking a while. And I really need to make some military progress here. I mean, the good news is they're still at war with each other. If we look at here, they're back up to 50%. The Boskarans were number 2, but not by much. Daewd's right behind. And Daewd have declared war on us before, so I do have to keep that in mind, that I am leaving myself kind of vulnerable over here, but my hope is that they're occupied in other wars at the moment, so it may give me a little bit of wiggle room. But let's see how it plays out. Let's take a look at the colony situation so we can see Wekkarus is back on the menu here. So looks like we are loading up there. So we have enough of a Wekkarus population that we're able to still go to more planets. So these guys are jumping. They're not close to the planet yet. They're not terribly far. I have to say, this is probably the most sprawled out I have been in the galaxy in a long time. I mean, my empire is just kind of like everywhere. It's only going to get worse as well, I guess not really. This is kind of a natural expansion in this direction, but yeah, I've got stuff all the way down here, little branches going all the way across the galaxy. All right, mining stations. Looks like the AI is still building a ton of stations wherever Aculon can be found. Ooh, 10% all research. That's a good one. Where's this at in comparison? Oh, it's kind of in enemy territory, sort of. But we're about to colonize a planet right here, so it's not too far from where our empire will be. Repair bots version 2. Make our ships a little more resilient. I really hope we get this, because 10% all research is huge. Tech-wise, I think I'm gonna, keep expanding my military more than anything. Need more wiggle room for my troops. This guy's starting to fill up a bit. All right, looks like we're built up here. Got the Wekkarus going. Make sure Marshy Swamp Planet that we're applying the desired population policy, just so we don't end up with a bunch of non-compatible species on this planet causing us all sorts of grief. Dave has taken stuff from the Gazurian Nexus. 2 planets. Not going well for them. Yeah, that dude is really starting to do some damage there. It looks like we are loading up more troops here. A lot of stuff being built, but not quite built yet. I still don't know what happened to the thought we had a empire or like oh, the military academy. Okay, it's here on this planet. So it is good that I'm building as much as possible on this planet. Yeah, they can get infantry elsewhere, but we get the special forces here. Another new scientist. That's nice. Research is up to 6,000 pretty much. All right, where are they going? They're going down here to mess with people. That's fine. You know what? I'll just have them go attack this. We got some money in the bank. I think I'm going to build up another defensive fleet. Most of my money right now is going to go towards building new fleets and ships. I think I am going to make this planet the home base, just so we have a defensive fleet in this general area down here. Destabilizing rifts. Okay, so we are starting to get the Shakturi. And of course, it's in my area. Why not? Well, I better get to war sooner than later. I'm glad I'm building the ships now, though. This just kind of justifies why I needed it. All right, there's a ship coming here to investigate, it looks like. Hope they find one of those abandoned Shakturi ships that I can then go investigate. Yeah, I hate that they do this. They like bounce all over the Empire just to scoop up like a single troop, and then they're flying back across the galaxy. I wish they were a little more strategic about how they, maybe even just waited for several to be built and then go scoop them up. Kind of surprised our economy is not doing a little bit better. This is a non-aggression treaty. I'll take that. That doesn't cost money. If anything, it helps our reputation a little. But yeah, our economy is not great. It's definitely been better in the past. Some free polymer. I'll take that. Not the ideal outcome, but not terrible. All right, you're going to colonize up here, which is going to further cement our location here. All right, we are engaged with the hive. I mean, seem to take them out real quick. There's 2 of their bigger ships, though. Oh, nice. Was that our tractor beam pulling them in? I think it might have been. Jumping's blocked, so they're not getting away. All right, Dark Sun clan got wiped out. There goes the hive ship. Now, that should give us some reputation bonus because we destroyed some major threats. Yeah, plus 25. Pretty good. Non-aggression treaty, I'll take that. All right, there was a big leap up in cash flow. I don't know where it came from, but I'll take it. Tool resin, colony development. I'll take that. We'll just have that on hand right away. All right, we're about to colonize another planet. This one, I don't know what's going on with this. All right, I just turned that off and on, and now it's looks like it's going to colonize it. Another Wekkarus planet. I'm pretty sure we have a couple planets now that have a decent population of Wekkarus. Yeah, this guy's almost at 500 mil just by himself. I do remember with the pirates, it was the Gazurian Marauders had a couple spies of ours. Yeah, a spy. All right, let's pay for that. Get the spy back. Is there anybody else near us that we can negotiate a deal with and get something? Apparently not. What about these guys? I mean, I'll even talk to my enemies. All right, I'll take this. 500,000? It's a bit steep. I don't have that. Maybe I'll just take it by force. We're about to get after this tech, the next two techs are improvements to our military. Although we don't have that many of those type of troops in circulation right now. This one has 2 armor and 1 special forces. 5 armor, 3 special forces. So it'll be an improvement, but not significant. Troop maintenance savings should be nice because we're building more and more troops. Are we still exploring in this direction? Yes. Where are you at? How far away are you? You're actually pretty close. All right, we'll keep some money aside just because we know once this is done, we're going to need to upgrade a lot of those buildings. It's going to temporarily tank our economy, but then in the long run, it'll help make us do better. All right, let's see what happens as the ship flies in over here. Assume it's going to scan something and we're going to uncover something, but who knows? No, nothing special. Military refueling, I'll take that. Looks like we're just going to hang out there. I'll buy some runes information for 9,000. That's not terribly expensive. Well, we are all the way down here with our troops. Threats in Varlanar. That's my capital. Oh, it's just a pirate ship. I don't need to send a whole fleet for that. All right, looks like I did not get to this in time. We're gonna have to steal this research station from them. Is this the Gazurian? Can I? That's Cosmos, not Calendis. Sadly, I think we're gonna have to go to war to get that one. It would be a good one to get, though. All right, another marshy swamp planet in the queue. apply the population policy here real quick. Do we send a single ship over here to attack these guys? Oh, this is some garbage ship that we got from a pirate. Not even something we really want. All right, we're about to hit that regional governance. Watch our economy tank and then soar. Well, maybe not soar. That's a bit generous, but you know, increase. Private economy is doing okay. They dropped from 400,000 down to 360-ish. Still churning and burning though. All right, these all got to be upgraded. Definitely too lazy to go through each individual one and do that. I think the AI did a number of those for us. All right, once they start coming back online, we'll be in pretty good shape. Just gonna take a minute for it to come back. Sort these by suitability. It's really close. It must be like 19.8 and then rounding up, because we still get the error saying that it's a net drain on the economy. Critical research breakthrough, very nice. Got a new scientist and a ghost scientist. Like a twofer. Unfortunately, it happened when we are in a cash crunch, so we're not getting the bonus that we have allocated here for research. We are now. All right, we're back to pretty positive cash flow overall. Only got 4 more of these buildings to upgrade, and then we'll be done empire-wide. Although it's going to take a little while to get this cash built up. All right, so we are all upgraded now. Plus 240 cash flow now, which was I think we were hovering around 140, so that's a pretty decent increase. Still chasing negative actual cash on hand right now, just because I force fed this upgrade, but we'll get and hopefully stay positive pretty soon. What are you doing over here? All right, well, they may not be maxed out or anything, but I think they're both back in this direction. Well, this guy's not. He's on his way back, but he's not back yet. I think when he gets back, I will probably go to war. Try to take at least a couple of these planets would be my goal. All right, we got the Manta tank. Plus 25% attack strength for tanks. Now we only have, 4 here and 6 here. Not a massive increase in power, but over time, as we start scaling up, should make a pretty big difference. All right, let's see what we're up against here. I'm going to look at the Boskarans. 76 versus 68, so they have more colonies than I do. Their population is 3 times the size of mine. We have better research. Their known military strength is about double mine. And their revenue is off the charts compared to mine. So they'll be able to sustain a war longer. But I'm not seeing any ships in this area. All their other fleets seem to be down here. That's a pretty decent attack fleet. But all their fleets are tied up. They must be tied up around here in war. So if we could just poach a little bit, I think we'll be in good shape. I'm a little shocked we dipped back into the red because we were at decent amount of cash on hand. All right, I don't think we're doing any more investigating. Group maintenance savings didn't have as much of a financial impact as I hoped it would. I mean, we're only spending 48,000 on troops, so nowhere near as impactful as ship maintenance. Give a little more wiggle room for troops, so we start. Pretty sure the AI uses this to figure out how many troops it can build. So if I give it a little more wiggle room, they might be a little more aggressive on the group building. Knock out some of these diplomacy things here. I mean, some of those I have a lot in my empire, so it could potentially be good. All right, colony growth, we're definitely... Let's shift that to 70-30 so we're not red here. Critical failure. Ugh, I don't like that. But at least it was on a cheap tech. Some of these are dirt cheap. These ones are like 55. I'm going to bump those up the list. Just so we can knock them out. It'll raise our reputation, make people happier, generate more revenue. Right, these guys are pretty much ready to go. I mean, they don't have as many troops as I'd like them to have, but they are pretty much ready to go. I'm probably going to manually control my fleets when we go invade here. Yeah, see those Caro being happier. That bumped up revenue pretty good. All right, I'm hoping these guys will refuel when they get there because definitely do not have a lot of fuel available. There it is. All right, they're going to scoop up some troops on the capital. So I'll let them do that just to get more troops. Anything to leapfrog that forward. Now the Xenox improvement should be pretty decent, just because we have a decent amount of Xenox in our empire. Some research breakthroughs here. I like that. All right, we got a little bit of cash in the bank. I'm not going to let them fly all the way over here. I'm going to go to war. Let's move over here, position ourselves for an invasion. All right, now they're trying to head over there. Not letting that happen either. All right, you're going to come over here and fuel up, and we are going to go attack. Get our attack fleets ready to go. I want to take these planets first. Honestly, I probably don't need to refuel. I could probably just head straight over here. Looks like we got tough interceptors. Where did those come from? Did we steal them? All right. Like we are flying in over here. You know what we could do? We could spin up another... Well, I want to keep some cash on hand because the war is going to send us into the negative, but I do think I need some more invasion fleets that could be shuffling troops around in the background. All right, let's position ourselves because we declare war. I want to be ready to go after these guys right away. Come on. Hop already. There they go. All right, I'm just waiting for these guys to arrive before we declare war. Probably don't need to, but going to anyway. Our invasion fleets are decently powerful enough. They could, I'm sure, take out the spaceport without much help. All right, there we are officially at war. This invasion fleet can go invade this planet right away. Now it's already going to be at like half, just because of these defensive shields, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Web of Destiny has declared war on us. Okay. Well, these are both overwhelming in our favor now. All right, Boskarans are officially in our empire. Not super happy with us. You know, they're definitely still limited, but right, so okay, so we did get both invasions off. Yes, this one hasn't completed yet. Wait, what happened? Did we both invade the same planet? I thought you guys were coming up here. Apparently, I was wrong. Let's fly up there and invade real quick. All right, this is an invasion fleet coming after this planet, which was our Hakonish planet that was kind of isolated down here. Well, that stinks, but I don't think we're going to be able to defend that. Unless somehow these guys can get down here quicker than you would ever imagine, while being pretty much out of fuel. Alright, so I'm almost guaranteed to lose this planet. We'll still try to go down there, just to see what happens, but I don't see it ending well for us. Alright, we gotta fly through this planet to get to this planet, so we'll head in this direction. Ooh, there's 3 planets over here. Alright, well, let's fly over here. Check that one, and then let's go after this Mortalin one next. Alright, I kind of feel like once these guys are done invading, I can pop these guys back on, like, invade. Let's stop that. We'll load this up. Right, you can go back on automatic invasion. You'll stay on manual. We'll see how that works for us. I don't think we're going to be able to take more than 1 or 2 other planets, given the amount of troops we're losing on each planet. Yeah, they're gonna unfortunately win this one. Yeah, there's no way we're getting anywhere near there quick enough, so let's just stop trying. All right, we can defend that colony, hopefully. All right, we're over here cleaning up space stations and whatnot. See what happens if we bombard this real quick. I mean, we are softening up the troops, so it's not nothing. But we are losing a lot of ships, which is not great. Let's go ahead and invade here real quick. I don't know why we are trickling in troops rather than landing all of them at the same time, but okay. Get rid of some of this stuff. Right now we got a decent flow of troops going in there. We're going to unload some troops here. Load up the other ones. Hopefully unloading these troops here will let me kind of reinforce this one. Still getting pretty banged up over here, it looks like. Let's bombard the planet. Got a shield, so it's probably not going to take too much. Oh, Advanced Guardian Development Drone. That'll be nice to add to our collection. Invasion fleet heading towards Atziri. All right, that may be close enough for me to sneak a defense fleet in there. Maybe. Oh, we wiped out the troops. Well, let's stop bombarding then. Imagine it's still not ideal, but let's go ahead and invade. Should be much better position to take this planet. Looks like we are. All right, we got one more planet over here. Yeah, little colony bombardment negativity, but okay. All right, are you guys getting pretty close? A little bit. Defensive fleet is probably not going to make it in time there. Question is, can we get to peace before they land troops here? I don't know if the answer's that. We still got another planet. Oh, you know what? There's almost nothing here. All right, never mind. Don't bombard that. Maybe we'll be able to get lucky. If I can load up these troops, there we go. Should be pretty easy to come over here, make quick work of this. I hope. Oh yeah. This will go pretty well. All right, now this is in my control. It means this whole system is now mine. Put you on automated defense. Automated invade. Capture enemy mining station. Web of Destiny. That's pretty deep in there. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. All right, well, we took 2 systems. Still not ideal. But let's see if we can get to peace. They don't want peace, huh? Okay. You don't want peace yet. We got to keep moving on here. Where are you guys at? You're still trying to get over here. All right, we're not going to make it in time for this. We did not completely unload these troops. There we go. Now, what's the next thing we're going to do attack fleet-wise? Probably up in this direction. Take this guy, and then maybe come back and take this guy. They are taking some of my territories down here, which I'm not a huge fan of, but my defensive fleet might get here quick enough to at least blockade them in, and they won't be able to take off with those troops. So for what that's worth. All right, let's head up this way, see what we got. Just a single planet. Should be able to come over here with just an attack fleet. And then you can go this way. Take this planet out. All right, you go reload troops or do whatever you need to do here. Right, if it just says enemy fleet, I'm not too worried about it. If it says invasion fleet, that's a little bit of a different story. Right, did we make our way over here yet? No. We're almost there. Okay, you were heading to Sigma 2 anyway. It looks like they got a couple fleets heading there. Our one fleet's bigger than theirs, so hopefully that'll be okay. I don't know where this invasion fleet's headed. Doesn't have a ton of troops on it, but it does have troops on it. All right, you're staging there, which means you're probably just waiting for this guy to show up. All right, I hate to do this, but I think I am going to bombard this planet. Not ideal, but, well, I guess if it's not going to wipe out the troops, there's not much of a point. Those troops will just heal up again. All right, there's an invasion fleet heading towards Nerval 2. That's this fleet. All right, well, let's just head up there then. All right, that's going to be a little bit of a gap. I wish I had more defensive fleets. Oh, a couple research breakthroughs. I like that. All right, looks like we're finally heading up there. I will follow up with my invasion fleet. All right, we are taking out a good amount of their ships. What's this destroyer look like? Kind of garbage. They have better phaser cannons, but they're not significantly better than my racial weapon. All right, we got a problem here. How much do you want for peace? $1 million? Yeah, you want $1 million too. Well, I think I'm better equipped to... I really don't want Web of Destiny to take this planet, although it is kind of just a planet in the middle of nowhere. I'm assigning probably too much value to that planet. All right, we're going to invade this planet right away. Oh, they're offering to end our war. Well, maybe after I take this planet, I will go to peace. Okay. So, they want to go to peace. I can go to peace. They're offering peace. Galaxy map. Mining station. I'll accept it. All right, so that puts a status quo there. I do not need to be down in that hole right now dealing with that. So we didn't fully accomplish our mission, but we got a decent amount of progress. We got 3 systems, but we got like 7 planets out of it, so it's still a good chunk in the right direction. Let's see what we still got to deal with Web of Destiny here. So they're invading this planet. I don't think we're going to be able to get to peace with them before they invade, unless I go way overboard and I offer peace and a bunch of money. Okay, so I could go a little bit over budget, give him all my money, go to peace. I will do that just to save me the grief of having to get this planet back. Puts us in the red a little bit, but we need time to recover anyway. Oh, I never did look at what that item was on that planet. It probably moved to Varlanor by now, but what was that item? It was something to do with a... Did I not get it? Maybe they got it off the planet before. I swore one of these planets had a artifact on it. Yeah. No. That's not an artifact. Maybe I was wrong. Or maybe they got away with it. One of the two. Not sure. In any case, let's go ahead and load up whatever troops we can. And then pop these guys back on invade. Let them kind of rebuild up their troop capacity. Same with this attack fleet. We'll let them rebuild their ships. Get everything back to normal. All right, now we'll refocus our cash flow is getting better already. It's going to take some time. When we take over these planets, I mean, they start off really, really negative. Yeah, like this planet, negative 38,000, but it's going up by almost 200 a tick. So it'll turn positive fairly quickly, and it'll sure end up being a revenue generator. Let's look at our planets and make sure that we're applying the population policy that we want. No, that doesn't seem like the right one. I think that's the right one. Yep. Okay, so we've taken over a decent more chunk of space. Several other planets that need some coaxing, but we will get there. Volcanic planet is a new one, so let's go ahead and keep the Boskarans, and then I think the Shandar are the other volcanic race. Apply that to all volcanic planets. Now, I do not think we have sufficient assimilated Boskaran population to expand to volcanic planets yet. We do have Shandar, though. They're not assimilated. We do have them. Right, let's take a quick peek at... yeah, why are Atuk on this planet? All right, let's take a quick peek at the colonization screen. We could see... Oh, yeah, we got Mortalin. So there are a lot of planets we could potentially colonize now. So it's time to dust off the colony ships and re-expand our empire. Because this is a massive growth opportunity. I mean, look at how many planets this is. What's that, like nearly 20 we can now colonize that we couldn't before? All right, well, I think next episode we are going to have to see how the colonization plays out. Get as many of these colonized as possible. Use our or try to get all these diplotechs knocked out. Maybe not all of them, but many of them. Get Shandar up and running. Let's just knock out diplotech after diplotech. Try to rebuild our economy, get ourselves in a positive spot while we are waiting for these invasion fleets to start restocking. And then once we start getting more finances, we are going to spend that expanding our military even further. and getting more invasion fleets, I think, just to try to keep that ball rolling. I think having successfully done this, I do think there's an opportunity here to press even further. It's just a matter of rebuilding our invasion and attack fleets. I probably want to, at some point, retrofit our ships because we did get several new technologies since we last designed our ships. I do think it's probably worth looking at that. We do have Titan Blasters, for example. I didn't even know we had those, but phasers would be good to get. Only 1 year out on that. Oh yeah, I definitely think there's some weapon techs here we could churn out pretty quickly. That'll leave us in a better place. Better maneuvering. I do ultimately want to get like fleet carriers and stuff, but we gotta knock out these diplotechs. Improved habitability is great, but I feel like that's when you're done expanding and there's no more room to grow. Then you have to kind of focus internally on growth. If I start knocking some of this stuff out too. Lots of potential opportunities here. All right, let's take a quick gander because I'm going to wrap up the episode here. If we look at victory conditions, we could see the Daewoo have leapfrogged ahead of me by a decent amount. They're 44%. They were 37. We're at 41, so we went up 2%. Garns came down 3%, so we're knocking them down a little bit. I'm a little worried about these Daewoo, though. They're expanding more rapidly. So we're going to end up bouncing back and forth against these two empires. I'll probably just focus my efforts on these guys for now. And then I'll come back this way and maybe go after these guys a little bit. But that'll be in the future. Hopefully when I'm much stronger than I currently am. We have 74 colonies right now. Our population has gone up quite a bit. A lot of that has to do with us taking over planets that had large maxed out population sizes. So hopefully the more we take over, the more we assimilate, the better off we're going to be. I really want to see this jump up to like 600, 700 thousand million. And then I could probably do that just by taking over this chunk. The next war, that's what I'd like to do, is take over this. And then maybe 2 or 3 more of these. If not this entire chunk here. And then we'll have consolidated this whole section of this nebula. Will be in our empire. And then future wars, we can start chunking away at this stuff. But they seem to be starting to build up defenses in this area, so I do have to be ready for that. But yeah, Daewoo's doing pretty good. They are at war with the Gazurians. Gazurians are getting beat back pretty heavily. Web of Destiny is... They only have 2 colonies. One of them they stole from us. But I think they are a vassal, right? Of, No, I think they were just opportunistic. Okay. I thought maybe they were a vassal of the Silesia consciousness, but apparently not. Apparently they were just opportunistic and jumped on the war. I am still debating if I want to swing through here and just take these guys over real quick and kind of fold them all into my empire. It would consolidate things for me. And if these guys come in and attack, they're going to be all over my guts, and I don't really like that. So I'll debate about that for a little bit between episodes, but as of right now, I think we're just going to let the colonization play out and see where that takes us in the next episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.